Are you using me for any
Good
particular
evening.
reason?
Shut up, Spencer!
Spencer, get out!
That was a great way to start the show, guys.
We love you, though, but go away.
Good evening, everybody. I am Ryan, your DM for this evening, and we are continuing our Titansgrave adventure. Hello, Justin, too.
Hi, Justin.
Busy Saber, yes. Tonight, I am with Yuli as Mira, Jasmo Colors as Rev, Melody as Flora, and Jen with two N's as Neela. Yeah.
First, you don't take me to see Avenue Q. Now you can't remember my character's name.
You know what? You run the show.
Here we go, guys. No, I'll be in that.
Imagine if it was scripted that way.
That'd be pretty great.
That would be.
That'd be Real Acquisitions Incorporated.
Yes. May I?
Yes.
Sure, by all means. Okay, where we last left our heroes, they had just walked into Mill 6 of Gerlach's brewery at Brewcore. And there is this giant behemoth Hellion Alpha getting drunk on his beer and causing all kinds of havoc. Our players already rolled initiative at the end of our last show, so that puts the ball in Flower's court.
I thought Red went first.
No.
Just kidding.
You rolled an 18.
Yeah, I did, because I have the initiative focus, y'all. I'm always going first, and I'm always going to hit. Unless Chad shows up. Ooh.
Ooh.
So, can you set this scene for me again one more
Sure,
real quick?
absolutely. You walked in to this room. There is this giant Hellion Alpha in a pool of ale, and he is taking huge swigs of it from a bucket. Nearby this pool is another vat that has a body kind of half in and half out, completely unmoving. There's, what appears to be like fluid pools all around the floor of this room. For the most part, there's other things in there like machinery and whatnot, but for the most part, this is the room.
So it's aware of us, but does it know exactly like who attacked it? Could I like, is there somewhere I could hide behind before my next attack or something?
I mean, you can, but we are in initiative, so that would be essentially your turn.
Would be like to dive
like,
behind somewhere.
To like take cover from something. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna. Well, my crossbow's already loaded right now. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot it again. Cause I like to shoot shit.
Okay.
Apparently. So is it like staring right at me, or staring at us, or is it like just?
It knows
standing?
you're there. And,
It knows we're somewhere.
It knows you're there, and it's a little bit ticked off.
Oh, great. All right. It already knows we're here. I'll wait to try to hide. We'll see. We'll see what happens in the heat of combat. I'm gonna shoot my crossbow at it.
All right, sounds good.
Wow, that could have been a lot better. 6, 7, 8, 9, 11 to hit.
So your crossbow bolt zooms right by its face.
Shit. Guys, I rolled
And
2 1s and a 3.
And shatters against the wall behind it.
Well,
Good job.
I'm going to use this opportunity to move maybe like behind one of the pieces of scenery.
Okay.
Of like machinery.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'd like to be
you
in cover.
so to the right from where you entered is kind of like a boiler looking thing. It's not like hot to the touch or anything. It's actually cold. It's like
Like it's shut down. Or
where the
broken.
well, it's basically where the beer goes to chill.
I'm gonna chill with the beer over
and
there.
Netflix.
All right, so I launch my crossbow and then I kind of like tuck and roll, real smooth like behind the machinery, so I have a place to reload my crossbow. It can't see me, yeah. There is now a big old thing in between me and the giant thing.
It knows you exist. So.
That's fair.
Justin, it is a giant Hellion Alpha. It's about 7.5 feet tall. Dark black leathery skin. Teeth from where his ears would be to his ears would be. Muscles upon muscles. He's got muscles on his eyeballs. No. And he's probably very drunk. Off a beer. He's having a grand old time in a giant vat of beer. As I would too, but I don't have beer.
Nor a vat.
All right. That leaves it to Rev.
Are the other two behind? Is Neela and Mira behind Rev, or are we just kind of spread out in the doorway, or?
From what my understanding was at the end of the last week is you kind of like came in here and Elfie girl decided to just... No apologies, just took a thing. So like you are kind of grouped together. As far as who's in front, I leave that up to you guys. So if you... Considering Rev's, thing with, being on the front lines, sure. He's probably standing in front of Neela and Mira.
Okay. I kind of want to take Neela and toss her behind the giant chill vat. Just kind of pick her up and just huck her over there and...
Okay.
Yeah.
Neela's a halfling. Yeah, Neela's a halfling. This is gonna be alright. So make a strength check. See if... Also, Neela, do you resist this?
No, it's fine. I
Okay.
kind of like I'm really ready to fight. I'm like ready to go, and I just feel like whoop.
So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I feel like we've had plans since
12.
12? Alright, yeah. With ease, you pick up the little halfling next to you and toss her next to Flora. Neil, I need you to make a dexterity roll. I couldn't think of the word.
Saving throw is not the word.
I know. I was going to say saving throw. This is essentially my version of a saving throw.
11.
11 will work. Cool. You nimbly land on your feet and just kind of like whoop, 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 and bump into Flora a little bit.
Who's not paying attention?
Can I then just like hunker down in front of Mira, creating a wall that she could kind of use as cover?
Okay. Sure, you could do that. That makes it Neela's turn, actually.
Is that I'm assuming it was that haze that made my power blow up. Is that still around, or is there a way to check to see if I can use my power safely, my arcane blast?
This room is much less hazy and musty than the room before it.
That's not an answer to what I was asking.
Well,
Can I use my power? Can I use my power thingy? Well,
No.
it was an answer, but not what I needed. But can I? No, you're not gonna tell me. Okay.
Know.
Well, I'm like behind this thing. Can I throw? Can you throw a quarterstaff? Is that a thing?
Generally speaking,
Wouldn't recommend it.
yeah, I wouldn't recommend it.
I'm assuming I can't hit it where I'm hiding, right?
You mean
Sorry.
you're not the GM.
I know. This is hard.
You can try to use a ranged attack, but you are not very adjacent to it. Not even close to being adjacent to it. For a melee attack.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, so I guess... So you said I could try to make a range attack?
Yeah, as in from where you are, you can potentially hit it with a ranged attack. I'm not saying that you're going to hit it necessarily.
But with my quarterstaff.
No.
No.
Quarterstaff is
the
a
only
melee. Is a melee.
Because the only thing I have is the arcane blast that blew up in our faces last time.
Aha.
So I'm wary to to use that. And then other than that, I could spit at it, but I have nothing else I can do.
Taunt it mercilessly.
Do you have any buffs? Do you have any buffs or debuffs? Something that would help the rest of us?
Those protective winds.
I could do that. The protective wind thing.
I mean, if that thing knows that we attacked it, or it knows like I attacked it, it might be coming after us over here now. Possibly, I don't know. I don't know how crazy Hellions think, but you know, it doesn't hurt to be safe if that's what you can do this turn.
There's like other stuff I can do. Hang on, give me 1 second. I'm sorry.
No yo spells.
Not spells, but wasn't there like other like combat things you can do besides just attacking?
Why,
Yeah.
yes.
Like guard? Yeah.
Yeah,
Guarding.
so I'll probably actually need to see how this works. What the heck?
You can aim if you want to use a range attack next time, or well, you haven't really done anything.
My only range attack blew up in our faces last time. I'm scared.
You didn't say the place was hazy and crazy all now. It could be a little.
You said it was less hazy than last time.
That's true.
Should I
We don't know
try
what that
it?
means. We don't know what that means.
Yeah, we have no idea what that means. So it just means
Yeah,
that
I
it'll
would
blow up.
arcane blast it. So
You wanna try? Should I
Yours like,
should try
oh,
it? Just go for
I
it.
say
See
we
what
give it
happens.
a shot.
Huh?
I say we give it a shot.
All right, cool. Arcane blast. I'm gonna peek around the thing and just. Oh no!
Right next to me. Of course. I
Right.
love being your fire.
Make that make that roll.
I'm looking for my other die.
Oh no.
That roll.
Damn it. Hang on. I don't even know where it is.
Suddenly I'm on an 80s game show.
Oh, that's right.
Got it. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Attack roll. Whip. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus accuracy is 14.
Yep, that'll hit.
Sick.
And
For us.
and we have a whoopsie doozle.
I like the alert works. I have no idea how many cards I have. I didn't check.
Oh right, I have to wheel up. Oh no.
Visibility wheel.
Oh, I only did 4 damage.
That is a +1 -1 to roll. I don't know how to get these how to spin the wheel without changing everything.
Did you just make the wheel visible?
What? That was to spin it.
Oh, so you just click it. Oh, is poll? Do you have Streamlabs in the same browser as Discord?
Oh right.
Pull it loose.
Yep.
Free it from its chains.
Nailed it. So you got a +1 -1 to a roll.
Sweet.
So there we go. Hellskin is not much better.
No, it's not, Justin.
So yeah, so you hit it and you rolled your damage, which is what?
4.
4. Okay.
Pretty sad. I was scared.
So
I was scared, but it didn't blow up in our faces.
yeah, it doesn't blow up in your face.
Yay!
The blast of energy catches it in the shoulder, and it kind of like flinches ever so slightly, and is looking around and up,
I point at Flora. She did it.
and lets out a bit of a roar. And
What's the
with
roar sound like?
roar!
He's drunk. Guys, drunk Hellion, the best Hellion.
With that, it's going to get out of the vat of beer, and it is looking straight at Rev. And Rev doesn't know.
Rev doesn't know. Sorry.
Revy doesn't know that this Hellion is
That's not where I was
gonna
going, that
target
also
the
works.
fuck out of it,
No.
and it's gonna.
You know where I was going with that.
And it tries to bite, but it doesn't, so we move on to Mira, and Rev still doesn't know.
Rev can feel the vibrations of a giant Hellion Alpha cramming towards him. Careening is the word.
Alright, I'm going to arcane blast as well.
Okay.
I think if we roll a certain amount, it's gonna blow up on our faces. I could see it in his face.
I'm gonna try.
Jen, you either agree or peer.
I mean, it's probably not, but thanks for the idea.
Oh no.
Triple ones.
No, 8 to hit.
Yeah, no, your arcane blast goes the same way that Flora's crossbow
Oh,
went.
mine was a little better than that.
No, but this. I'm guessing like the sheer size of this thing, now that it's like fairly close to you, scared the crap out of you, and you just went. Did I get it? And Rev's like, I don't know.
Didn't sound like it. I didn't hear a thunk.
So that brings it back to Laura.
Excellent. I'm going to. Okay, what's the range on that bad boy? That's 10 yards. Ooh. So the Hellion Alpha moved closer to where we started.
Yes,
Is it now within
it is
10 yards of us that I could use my blaster pistol? Perhaps. If not, it's also cool.
Well,
I'm probably just gonna.
the range on the blaster pistol, the short range is 10.
10.
The long range is 20.
20.
So you're definitely within 20 yards.
So it's anything after 20 yards that there's a penalty?
No. It's
Anything after 10 yards?
anything between 10 and 20 is -2.
Okay.
Anything
Oh,
after 20
sorry.
will miss completely. What?
You okay?
Once Upon a Time was canceled. I was reacting. Sorry.
Thank God.
Go on.
It's been long
Wasn't it
enough.
about time?
Yeah, the
But
thing
it's
is,
still sad. Well, okay, sorry. I'm sorry. Go on.
Resto has lived long past its prime.
Yeah, after
I'm
the
sorry.
main characters left, and then, that's like when Steve Carell left The Office. What was going to happen after that? Really. Anyway,
Okay.
I'm going
I stopped watching like 3 seasons ago. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna reload my crossbow,
Okay, that's a major.
and I'm gonna aim.
All right.
I'm useless this turn, guys. I'm not sorry.
Rev.
I'm doing what I have to do.
Is it is it close enough? Rev can
Yes.
punch it.
Yes, it is.
Rev's gonna punch
is
it.
in your face. You are smelling its breath.
Ooh, gross.
Yep. That's what I thought.
Harsh.
Here,
I was like,
you've
yeah,
been drinking.
but like skunked beer.
12
Oh yeah, you
to
punch
hit.
it.
Okay. Guys, I've determined that 12 is its defense.
Brilliant
And-
observation skills.
Intelligence 1. Intelligence 1.
Three.
Oh, that's my last character, Intelligence 1.
6 damage.
Cool. Yeah, you caught this thing right in the kissing. And its head turns slightly. It just like you crack it in its jaw, and it just and then slowly stares back at you.
But you don't.
But you don't know that.
It's more visual for everybody else. This is the best.
The thing is, okay, so in Rev's perspective, so Rev swings and takes a little breath from the swing and smells like hops for a hot second, and then very slowly the bad breath comes right back.
Yep. It's actually a really good description.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna arcane blast it again.
All right.
Pushing my luck here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yo.
11.
So.
+1. I'm gonna give her my +1.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
use the +1.
All right. That's the +1, and that is going to hit it. It's
Yay!
gonna make it hit.
Thank you.
Oh, a round
Oh.
is here.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, neat. Hi.
Woo! 6.
Ooh.
What was
Wait,
that?
no.
Yeah,
Wait, no.
I
6,
was
7,
using
8.
the whims.
8 damage.
How much damage?
8 damage.
8 damage. That's a no reward. Sorry, bro. Feels bad, man.
Batman.
Yeah, so your arcane blast catches it like kind of in its upper thigh. What'd you do?
Just looking at all my pretty cards.
Oh, okay. Kind of catches it like in its thigh, and like it drops to one knee after being blasted with this magic energy, and Rev gets a huge tidal wave of roar and breath,
And some spittle.
and
Ew.
drool,
Was
and
Troll size.
it is boozy drool.
Oh, that must be
Red
so
runs
horrible.
deadly.
Delicious.
Oh, I'm gonna vomit.
And this thing is really, really ticked off, and now it's
Wait. Oh shit.
and now it's going to take a crack at biting Rev in the face again, and 16.
Ooh.
It hits.
Yeah, it does.
Hey,
Oh, I thought that was
Neela.
damage for a second. I got scared.
Neela, we might need some of those protective winds again.
Yep.
So it's going to chomp down on your shoulder and hit you for 10.
Oh! But I'm only
6
adjacent
with
to
armor.
Tara.
Yes.
6.
Yep.
It's only 6.
Strudel, yes, you are here. I will give you either 5 spins of the wheel, or what is it?
I don't know. What?
What was the other thing that I was going to give you?
Tell me.
It was reroll. Allow either the players or the DM to reroll ones up to 5 times. So you can throw that in there. You can either say wheel, 5 wheel spins, or reroll ones, and either player or DM for that. Yes, because Strudel Sunday bet on me to win our game of First and Goal on our stream, and I won, and therefore this is his prize.
Congratulations, Strudel.
5 wheels sounds fun. Cool.
No,
All right, we'll do that
Strudel!
before we
We could have used those.
before we move on to Mira's turn. We're gonna
Strudel doesn't know what I rolled last time. A 3 and 2 ones.
bring up that wheel, and you know what? Yeah, I might get lucky.
I'm gonna roll all ones now.
So we get.
Trip ones do not get re-rolled.
I don't know what that purple one is.
Oh.
Yeah, that purple one.
Let me see. I think that's
Ooh.
Is that
Hello.
Make it bigger.
I'm gonna make it bigger.
re-roll
You're ruining
multi-dice?
Reroll multiple dice. Sorry, that's even better than.
Multi-die.
And that's.
Is that between us, or does Strudel get to choose who gets that?
Strudel will get to choose that.
So one of the players or the DM gets to re-roll, or no, yeah, or the DM gets to re-roll multi-dice.
Twice.
Twice. Did Melanie turn in her insta-kill from the last game? Yes, I did.
3 times.
Yes, I did.
I think the
Strudel.
wheel is
I mean,
rigged.
Ronan.
Oh,
What's that one?
that was no reward.
Okay. Lilo Dallas multi-dice.
And ooh, that's a new one. That
color
is
is
DM rerolls ones 5 times.
Damn it.
Oh, come on.
Damn it. Now, does that negate if someone redeems trip ones?
What?
Does that negate if someone redeems trip
If
ones?
someone redeems trip ones on me, douche. And no, I'm gonna say no. It
Okay.
doesn't.
Let's have some fun.
So we've got what, 3 rerolls of multiple dice, and the DM can reroll ones up to 5 times.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a fun battle, guys. This is got interesting. All right.
Someone write that down.
Yeah, I know. I'll keep
Okay.
track of you guys
Okay.
and me too, I guess. So now we're up to Mira.
Woo! I'm going to shadow dagger it.
All right.
I'm a shadow dagger. Roar.
I'm gonna wreck it. I always have to remember how to cast.
Intelligence.
Yeah, 3d6.
Awesome use of your prize turtle. I hope we don't let you down.
Is Shudo still deciding who gets those, or are we gonna decide?
Well, I guess if I
No.
get the 5-time reroll ones, I guess you can.
Well, that was because that was specifically what it said.
Nine.
This is reroll dice, which could
I got
just
a
be
10.
All the
among us.
rerolls to the DM.
No.
Yes.
Plus intelligence.
That'd be horrible.
14.
That's that is a success, right? That's. I keep forgetting with magic that like you don't.
Yeah,
have to
Shadow
necessarily-
Dagger. Yeah, the target
Okay.
was
Yeah,
11.
the target
So
number was 11. Yeah, so you definitely cast it. All right.
All right,
And you get to roll your damage.
so 1d6. Do it. I see it. Oh. 5.
Cool.
5 damage.
All right.
Do you have ones to reroll?
Huh?
Do you roll any ones?
No.
Oh.
All right.
I saw
Yeah.
it like teetering. I saw it like trying to land on a 6, and then it was like,
The shadow blade appears over your arcane device, launches itself around Rev, protecting you, and disappears into the flesh of this thing, piercing it, and it's visually like hurt pretty bad by it.
I like this. So wait, the shadow daggers come out of my arcane device.
Yeah, your arcane device is basically the channeling mechanism of all of your energy, of all your magic energy.
I just laugh then because my arcane device is the like the brass ring
Mhm.
that my grandfather gave me that I wear under my shirt. So it just looks like shadow daggers shoot out of my cleavage.
Which is totally
Approved.
okay. Hello, Absurdister.
And Stonewall's here too.
Oh, and
What were those robots from Austin Powers that had like the bullets?
Oh, the fembots?
the fembots?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're
I no longer feel bad about my past transgressions.
back at the top of the order.
Sweet. With my loaded crossbow that is aimed, I'm still within clear range of it.
Yes.
I'm going to attack with my crossbow. I finally got stun points! Straight face. Sorry. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Woo!
And 3 stun points, which is going to be used for rapid reload. And that leaves me 2 more. Pierce armor, which is only 1 stun point for me.
Right.
Kill it. Kill it.
Philip?
Actually, you know what? Yes, I'm going to do rapid reload for 1. And I'm going to do, instead of... Dang it. I was going to do Mighty Blow, but that's 2 stun points. Alright. Rapid reload. Let's do, what do you call it? Pierce armor. And I'll do skirmish. I'll knock it away from Rev and Mira.
Okay.
2 yards. So,
Woo!
oh my goodness.
Armageddon is a weird worms.
So I've got my damage. That is 11 damage. Piercing.
Nice.
All right.
And it's my crossbow's reloaded.
Yes. Okay. This thing is on. You knock it back and onto its ass. Its head hits the vat of beer behind it. I guess in front of Rev, but Rev doesn't notice.
Rev can hear it.
No, it crashes with a thud, lets out a roar, and Rev doesn't smell the breath anymore. And I have a wheel to redeem.
I don't apologize for my action of shooting it.
Wheel of Wind. DM gets to reroll ones 10 times now.
That's a
10,
little twisted.
10,
Guys, let's stop
10,
rolling. Let's stop spinning the
10.
wheel for a minute.
Maybe be cursed with 2s.
Listen,
May
y'all.
he be cursed with tears.
Y'all need to
Dennis,
stop.
hello.
Strudel, you're my favorite now.
Oh God. Yo, we're doomed.
Strudel, go away. Go away to Strudel.
Strudel, go away. No, Strudel, you can stay.
Rev. Your turn.
Not me? No, it's not me. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right, Rob.
It's knocked prone. It's visibly wounded.
Yes.
Visibly wounded.
It smells wounded. Yes.
Okay.
Kicking its pelotas.
Can Rev just like run up and like jump punch in the
Hells
face?
to the yes.
Just like curb stop it.
Okay. Oh noes.
Rerolling ones, we've got those. Or multi-dice.
Yeah, you can reroll.
I'm gonna need to reroll multiple dice because I got like 2 1s.
All right.
Rerolling them only uses up one of those too, so
Yep.
reroll both of them.
Put the person who attempts to motorboat you in the story that's going to be painful death.
It's a little better.
Approved.
That's 11.
And I feel like Mira would be so startled that she would accidentally cast it anyway.
Oh
Oh,
God!
trust me!
So
Stranger danger!
Rev runs and jumps, and when he comes down to strike, he mistakes the smell of booze for the smell of this Hellian's breath, and therefore just strikes the vat of beer.
Dang it.
Beer! The beer!
Ouch.
I guess. Oh.
Beer!
Aim next time. Gotta aim. Does aim count
Well, he
for melee?
moved.
Oh, he moved. Yeah, no, you're right. Don't listen to me. I'm dumb.
That makes it Neela's turn.
Arcane Blow! Whatcha? Oh!
I just imagine a halfling being like, whatcha?
Oh my gosh. Can we reroll ones? Is
Yeah.
that a thing?
You have 2 more reroll multi dice.
Because I rolled a 2, a 1, and a 1.
Reroll all of them.
As long as you didn't roll 3 ones, yeah, you're good.
I can reroll all of them.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I understand. Let me
And
roll
that's
with my
your
other
second.
hand. Because apparently my left hand is bad.
Yeah, well.
Oh, that's only slightly better. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And your arcane blast hits the same place that Rev's fist hit. I guess your magic energy also thinks that booze is Hellion.
We're just drunk off the fumes. That's what's happening right now.
Clearly. Oh, yes. Alright, so the Hellion Alpha
Oh, shoot, I was supposed to cast Protective Wind.
helps itself up and gets back in the face of Rev.
Did you hear it?
Huh?
Did you hear it?
Hear what?
You didn't hear the sound?
Evil
The sound
thing.
of what?
The sound of
The
redemption.
songs of angry
No, I
men.
didn't.
The sound of justice.
It is the
Did somebody else just get reminded of Labyrinth there?
plays again.
You
And
reminded
there's-
me of the babe. What babe?
Oh. No.
The
But,
drum.
whatever you're gonna roll, good luck.
What did you redeem?
What's that redeem?
I don't know. I didn't get.
Bingo.
I didn't go off.
One! Eat my dust!
Oh,
Twos.
that.
I won't do that again. I just needed to.
So really?
I need some
You're
redemption.
gonna make me crit fail?
I am.
Cool.
Fall on your face. Back on your ass.
Sure. No. I get up. The Hellion. The Hellion gets up, not me. I'm not in the story. I'm just telling you.
Uh-huh.
It looks like me.
It looks like me.
Oh, it looks like Ryan. We fight extra hard. Kick it in the face.
It gets up and considering the last 2 things that have been hit have both been the vat of beer, the Hellion now suddenly thinks that you're playing a game with it to see who can cause as much damage to the the vat as possible, and it chomps down on the side of the vat, breaking several teeth in its mouth, and just screaming out in agony.
I just want to see how many cards I used up on that. I used quite a few cards on that.
And then we get to Mira.
Guys, we have one more time to
Woo!
kill it. Kill it!
Kill it.
I'm gonna shadow dagger it again.
Okay.
Because that seems to work. Ooh. 14 again. Woo!
Yeah, it's gonna hit.
All right. Ooh. 3.
Okay.
3.
It. Oh, what happened?
We're fine. Well, I mean, you.
The shadow dagger bursts out of your cleavage again, and it pierces the Hellion Alpha in the foot, and it's still like wincing from its teeth hurting. To like even really notice, but you can see that it did some damage. Flora.
Kill it. Kill it.
God, I hope so. Shooting my crossbow at it. It's my preferred weapon. Oh boy. Aw, that's okay. Triple fives.
Oh.
15, 19, 21.
Yeah, no, that I mean, really.
With 5 stun points.
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent. I'm going to rapid reload.
Uh-huh.
And then I have 4 left to use. Ooh, I can just use all 5 on lethal blow.
Do it.
Kind of tempted to do that. I'm going to use all 5 on lethal blow.
Okay.
Finish him.
Which is an extra 2d6
It's an extra
of damage.
2d6 of damage.
I'm going to need 4d6.
I'm not giving you
4d6. I like the sound of that.
Yep.
It's pretty.
And that's your roll.
Okay, I'll keep that 6, and the other 2 are cocked. Should I keep it?
Cock dice are 0.
The only time you can get a 0. That's going to be 15. That is 16 damage.
Okay, describe the image
Yeah.
as you
Wow.
slay this thing.
Again, not at all apologetic that I blasted it to begin with. I come out from around the vat, the machinery that I was hiding, the vat that I was hiding behind, and I see as it's turning its face back around after biting into the second vat, it's looking at me with this like broken jawed growl, snicker look, and I let loose my crossbow between its eyes.
And as
To
you
which goop.
as you do that, no, goop does not come out.
Oh, good, no goop.
However, you are kind of you and anyone else who's around this Hellion Alpha kind of get pushed back a couple of feet as this thing kind of bursts into a like thick oozing black smoke,
Ew.
and just it turns into a greenish color and dissipates throughout the air until there's no evidence left of it.
Are we breathing it in? Don't say it.
Part of me is inside of you.
And I say, that was a smooth execution.
Classic Flora. Yeah, so this thing is dead, and Kegi kind of pokes his head into Mill 6 and sees the damage that both you and this Hellion caused, and just assumes that it was the Hellion that did it.
It was absolutely the Hellion.
Can see that there's like some damage to the vat of beer, and this is the most valuable beer that brew here at Brewcore. In that other vat, you find out that it was acid, and
Damn.
that other half of the body that's hanging out of it is almost completely dissolved.
Hmm.
The part of the body that isn't dissolved, does he have anything on him?
She doesn't.
She does not. Understood. No necklace, no jewelry. Nothing.
Yeah, the necklace part dissolved.
Gotcha.
This is. She may have gone tits up in a vat of acid, but she is ass up, hanging out of the
Face
vat.
down,
of the,
ass up. That's the way we
tie
die in
our
acid.
Is 3 boobs not normal for everyone?
What?
Oh yeah, you guys have been missing chat.
I'll catch up later.
No, the thing about running a game and 4 characters and the thing, chat, I can't pay
Oh
attention.
yeah, no,
Sorry,
there's a
I
whole
love
debate
you all,
about
and I'm sure that whatever chat is saying is
multi-titted aliens.
hilarious.
So
So
3 boobs.
I like
Hi,
boobs.
Ram.
Oh, hi, Ram. Why am I not seeing? Oh,
It's moving very quickly.
okay.
Big blocks of text.
Big blocks of text. Damn it! I didn't get to use any of my re-rolling ones.
What?
Still got
Oh, how
Yeah,
sad.
no, I'm definitely reserving the right to use them next week if needed because that was a bet thing. And also, it's my game, so whatever.
it. DM.
Oh, hi,
Spencer,
Spencer.
go away!
He's been very quiet.
He has.
He has.
I didn't even know he was there.
I didn't either. So, so you make your way back to the mansion, to Gerlach's mansion.
So the beer is mostly okay?
The beer is mostly okay. The
Okay.
grill will be fine. You have once again
Fantastic.
saved the day.
I feel great.
When you
Time to get drunk.
You walk back to the mansion. Gerlach and Lasada greet you at the door again. And there's very much a look of relief on Gerlach's face. Kegi's already told him of the damage that was done in Mill 4, but is very happy that most of the damage to the brewery is fixable. There's time, however, to mourn the loss of his employees. You also notice that Lasada is wearing significantly more clothes than she was the day before.
She's wearing undergarments now.
Layers?
Like she
She's
looks
layering?
like she looks thicker.
Thick? Is she doing like the frock and the underskirt and a bustle?
All sorts of it. She is taking 0 chances with you bastards.
I compliment her and I ask her if she feels warm.
You know lizards are cold-blooded, right? So, yes.
Intelligence 1.
She says yes.
You look very nice today. Okay. I like your sass. Why was there a vat of acid?
To clean the pipes. I don't know.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was like a legitimate. I was just why. In case someone knew why there might be a vat of acid in a brewery.
Oh, because, you know, it adds flavor. Maybe it's a special
That's
kind
why I don't like beer.
Maybe it's a special kind of beer. It's a secret recipe.
That's why they call it chaotic
It's
neutral.
Yes.
So that someone could have, you know, a work accident and then they could become beer man. Like, I don't know.
It's acid. It's not like a vat of gamma rays.
Well, no, they fell into the vat of beer acid.
Beer acid. It's the
Now
runoff.
they're beer man.
It's the runoff. It's green 40. It's the runoff from crude beer.
So.
Well, you know, vat of acid. That's what happened to the Joker. Like, it's a totally valid way.
I immediately go back and jump in the acid. I'm joking.
Oh God.
I'm like,
I'm
We
not
don't need
even
a
that
flower
dumb.
Joker.
Intelligence 1 still means like
I'm
normal
like, I have
intelligence.
stats for that.
He really hoped one of us would fall in the beer. I mean, the acid. Hi, Alzy.
So, I totally lost my train of thought.
I'm sorry.
Not that I
Sorry, we were
necessarily
mourning the
had
loss
one.
of
Yes.
the.
So, Kegi shows Gerlach the video footage of these creatures and the accident, and he's kind of bewildered because he knows and he tells you that these creatures have not been seen since time forgotten. Like, since the Chaos Wars, since Dawn walked the earth with her armies. And it is strange and bewildering. To see these creatures, but he kind of shrugs it off to more or less dumb chance.
Dumb chance?
Probably because they're being a former adventurer and knowing that there is still certain amounts of, secluded cultists and, dark energies of magic somewhere in the earth, that these things could have been spawned sporadically. Spontaneously is the word I was looking for. Thank you.
Do you still think that it would be random that they would show up here at your brewery?
Oh.
Or do they have an affinity for beer? Was that even back during the Chaos Wars?
No. The Hellions.
But they had beer back then.
I mean, I have to imagine Dawn must have been drunk in order to do what she did.
Drunk with power, yes.
Same thing?
The Hellions were known for causing chaos wherever they were sent. Or...
Aha, Chaos Wars.
Yes.
Kind of nudge Mira, like, see, I get it too. I get it too.
Like, yeah?
I get it too. Chaos Wars.
Yes.
Sorry, Gerla. You're not snarky, remember?
I know, this is really hard to play character. Snarky and
I'm gonna keep
sarcastic.
testing you until you're not snarky anymore.
It really is. I really miss my dwarf.
You miss your dwarf. How was your dwarf?
D&D.
Oh, the D&D dwarf. The
The D&D dwarf.
The D&D dwarf.
I miss your elf, but whatever.
Arane was kind of snarky too, I suppose.
But Gerlach says, enough talk about troubled pasts. Tonight, we celebrate your victory today, and for saving my livelihood and my brewery. And something else happened, and I didn't see what it was.
I don't know what that sound is.
Oh, okay. There's sounds and stuff, and I don't know what they are.
We're learning.
Oh, boy. It's a problem. Learning is a problem. So he also invites you to spend up to a week here, to rest, to explore around, to eat his food, stay in his home, and genuinely be, friends. Like, he's very welcoming to you. So, in the time that you spend here, if there is anything else that you would like to talk to Gerlach about or learn about and other things, feel free to let me know, and we will start with Vlara, just so I can get it out of the way.
Okay. I've already asked him about my heart wings. He and Masada.
Right.
I've already asked.
Yes.
Have you seen my boots yet?
Arrows.
Do you know what this means?
No. Okay. No. So thanks for reminding me though. So I do need more arrows for my quiver. So can I purchase more arrows? Does he have arrows he can readily hand me as a passive?
And not so much. He's very much evolved with the times and is a blaster weapon kind of guy.
Do you have more batteries?
He has a spare battery.
Okay, I'll mark it for if he's willing to spare it.
Sure.
Fantastic. I have
For
4
you,
batteries.
anything.
Thank you, Gerlach.
Although that brings up a question I had real quick. As far as like the charges for the battery, how do we? Is it like 1 per swing with it charged, or?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm treating power weapons very much like blaster weapons in that using it takes a lot out of the battery. The batteries are fairly insufficient. The ones that you have are fairly insufficient anyway. So yeah.
And then I'd like to go through. I'd like to go back to Gerlach's library, and I want to see if there are any. I want to see if there are any books that might have to do with my something to do with either like the. Oh, that's its redemption.
Oh my God!
Wheel!
The wheel of wheels.
Whether it's something to do with like the area where my village is from.
That is a crit kill. That is an insta kill.
Guys, one of us has an insta. Who gets it? Strudel, who gets it?
Strudel, you can pick who gets it.
And it can't be the DM this time.
It cannot be the DM. It also can only be.
Wow, that was sick. Nice.
What?
That was sick.
It also can only be used on a like henchman minion kind of thing, and not a boss.
So I want to see if there's something to do with like the history of the area from where I'm from, because I don't know. I know I'm not from. I know I'm not from the village where I grew up, but I was brought there, and I wonder if maybe I was brought from nearby. Maybe there's something as like a hint as to where I actually, where I originally came from.
So describe the where you came from.
The village?
Yeah.
So I lived in this forested elven community. A very large forest, it's got like the treetop kind of things, but also like estates. This is a very large community of these hippie elves. Not too far necessarily from other cities, but like more like travelers or adventurers would come through and we might trade, goods or knowledge. Might keep them for a night if they're hurt. They weren't purposefully secluded. It just happened to be that way. Mm-hmm. But we weren't like segregated from other people.
Okay, you it turns out you are from a place called Eluine.
Eluine, that's my community.
Eluine.
Eluine.
Yes.
Eluine.
Yes.
That's my village.
Yep. It is now.
So I'd like to know if there's. If there's any history to that area, maybe something that could lead me to somewhere nearby I'm actually from. I don't know. It's just a personal mission.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
The books in the library are mainly about historical significance to the Chaos Wars and before, like the history of the world, part 1.
And I guess I wouldn't see anything arcane or anything about my scar in there either.
No. Anything like written specifically about your city is probably encyclopedic knowledge.
Well, like the basics.
Yeah.
What everybody kind of knows.
More or less.
Okay. All right. And then once we're all said and done, I do want to find Rev. Once everyone's gotten their stuff taken care of.
I'm sorry. I was reading Alzia's chat and it's in German.
Hippie elves? Yes, hippie elves. I came from a community of elves that were super peace and love and all about communing with nature. That's how I learned to be so stealthy and very quick very light on my feet. And I'm one with nature and very happy all the time.
Yes. Even
although I don't know if that has to do with it, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm happy all the time.
So.
But I do want to find Rev one evening. I want to talk to Rev.
Okay. Go ahead. Have an interaction.
Okay. So I go to, I guess it's after dinner one night, after one of our many parties, where I didn't have anything to drink. And I go to Rev's room and I knock and see if Rev will let me in.
Come in.
I love it! So I peek my head in and I wave. And there's no actual like hesitation. It's just like I peek my head in and I wave and Rev doesn't. Rev can just assume I waved. We've known each other long enough. So I go over and I sit down like on the floor in front of wherever Rev is, like on the bed or whatever, and I ask, so when Lasada brought up, or when Gerlach brought up that news thing about the orc, that was a weird coincidence. Like, is that actually someone you know?
It was me.
It was?
It was.
Wow.
He deserved it.
And I just like lean forward, like, what happened?
Some rich guy wanted something from some poor girl, and she didn't want to give it to him. And he kept pressing, and Quad said he pulled a knife, so I just kind of walked by and shoved him off the bridge.
Oh. I mean, it
Didn't
sounds like
look
you deserved
back.
it. So then you just ran?
I just walked away.
Huh. I didn't know you had it in you. Well, I guess I should know. You're very protective. Was it like someone really important? Who was it?
I don't know who it was.
Oh.
I just knew someone needed help. And that was the only thing I thought to do. Probably wasn't right. But it saved someone. Probably worth more than who tried to take something that wasn't theirs.
I can see that. Snaps.
Yes, chat. Jasmo uses a voice modulator to speak in character, and we all think it is amazing.
It's amazing. Well, personally, I think you did the right thing. I'm sure he probably deserved it. And you saved somebody, and that's what you're good at doing. I mean, you saved our butts 1,000 times since we've known you.
Awesome.
It's what I do.
That was the thing.
That's fair.
Oh my god, Sturda.
Anyway.
Thank you so much, Sturda.
Thank you for the bits.
You're awesome sauce.
Okay, well, I just wanted to make sure.
Future streams, please make that all streams.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that, you know, Lasada wasn't being all sassy, because as we saw, she could be really sassy.
Yeah.
I didn't want her lying about you. That was all.
Awesome.
Are you going to tell the others?
I guess that's up to you.
You can if you want. I don't care either way. What's done is done.
How about if it comes up? If it comes up, okay. And if not, okay. And I hold my fist up for like a fist bump, and I take Rev's hand for a little fist bump.
That's adorable. That is freaking adorable, guys. Love it.
And then I'll give him a kiss on the cheek goodnight. And I'll go back to my room. Rev's my buddy, guys.
Aww. So, Neela, is there anything that you would like to do while with your time in Ephrator?
Did we ever find out any more about that orb that we found before?
As of now, no. You are still on your way to
That antique lady.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna let's see if maybe there's something about the orb, or any of the writing that was on it in any of the books in the library.
Yeah.
Or a book about just objects from the Chaos Wars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like how both two characters have gone to the library. And it's like in the back, and no one notices.
It's
Yeah.
just Mira sitting there.
You notice there's a shelf.
You could have helped me.
You notice that there is
I didn't.
a couple
You
of
didn't
shelves.
ask.
A couple of shelves in the library. A handful of them seem to look like they could offer some insight onto certain like famous relics and artifacts from the Chaos Wars. You also notice that there is a book missing completely from the shelf.
Oh, cool.
Oh, cool.
I'm assuming it was stolen by this one, but I guess I don't know that.
Quat knows.
He just makes ba la 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 la.
Ba la la. Yes, that's what happened. Ba la la la.
I guess there's that. And I don't think there's anything I need to do.
All right. Rev, is there anything that you wanted to do or talk to or interact with?
No, Rev was going to get that rumor off his chest, either directly with Flowera or directly with Gerlach, and since Flower already came in and did that, he's just chilling, hanging out, doing some push-ups, keeping quiet in working condition.
Awesome.
Eating all the food.
Awesome.
Eating all the...
Mission accomplished with outside help. Awesome.
Rev's my buddy.
Great.
We don't need secrets.
And Mira, anything?
Just
Just reading the book.
I'm gonna find a time where everyone's kind of distracted and low key go to Gerlach by himself and pull out the little arcane device, the little spidery thing, and just be like, you know, where did you find this? I've never seen anything quite like it. You know, it's for my thesis.
It's my thesis.
This is my hashtag. It's for my thesis.
Gerlach just looks at you and says, "Get out." No. He says, "Oh, that little trinket. That I think that looks like something that Farkaya gave me a long time ago."
As in that lady we're going to see?
Oh yeah. If you still plan on seeing her, you didn't find out anything about that thing that you found in Malrath, did you?
No, not that I know of. I've been reading extensively, and I haven't found any information on that yet. I hope Farkaya can help us out. You know, again, for my thesis for mage school.
I'm certain that she can. She's a very wise old woman. She's learned in many things not written or things that were written down and have been lost to time or fires and other things. She's a very well-read and well-learned individual.
Out of story, we're gonna get there and she's gonna be dead, isn't she?
Maybe.
This is gonna
All
be too
was
easy.
for naught.
But no, I'm gonna ask Gerlach, how did you come about meeting her? Such a wise person.
Oh, well, I own a pub in the Market District.
Doesn't seem like the kind of person who would, you know, frequent a pub.
Well, your shops are pretty much next door to each other. You kind of get to know somebody.
They were lovers.
What?
Yes.
Brian's
This is the
reaction.
biggest revelation of the whole game.
Now we know where the children came
Things that
from.
weren't mentioned in Will Wheaton's version of this show.
They were lovers.
They were lovers in the night.
Wait, don't
Also
we
things
still
that we
have
thought of before 3
the
minutes.
language warning?
What?
Don't we still have the language warning?
The language?
Yeah, wasn't there one that, like, you know, this channel uses language or whatever.
Oh, the mature content warning?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's up.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because I haven't been watching enough, so.
Yeah.
There should be no children here.
Okay, so to recap, so Farkaya gave this to you.
Oh yeah.
You don't know where you have gotten it?
No, it was just a gift for my first travel to do a beer run with my caravan. On the road to Beerville.
Oh, an old man and his old tunes.
So then I'll ask him, is it okay if I borrow this and take this back to Farkaya just to see if she can help me understand it?
Well, I suppose if you want to learn more about it, she'd definitely be the one to tell you something extra about it. Sure, I haven't looked at that thing in many years.
Okay.
Yes.
I just quietly kind of walk away.
Okay. Cool.
Social skills
Yes. For the win.
Yes.
are like a -2.
Yes. With that, I think it is a good time to take a wee break. Yes?
Yes.
Wee
I
break.
just ran out of wine.
That's a great enough reason to take a wee break. And a wee break.
And a wee break.
That's what was it.
You got it.
Yes, we got the joke.
Where's that from? Wee. Forget it.
Oh boy.
Isn't that like Rocko's Modern Life or like wee? Yes, that's it. They're doing like a speak. Forget it. Okay, I'm done.
With that, we're going to get up and stretch, and we'll be back in approximately 5 minutes, give or take, to continue our story. So hold on to your butts. We'll be right back.
show off.
Speaking of owls.
Ow.
Oh, you can hear that.
Yeah.
What,
Welcome
that
back.
sound?
No, the
No, that's Mr. Know-It Owl.
A three. Good evening and welcome back. I am Ryan, your DM for the evening, along with Yuli as Mira, and Jasmo as Rev, and Melody as Flowera. I don't know why I can't get your name of all people.
It's because you hate me, Ryan.
And Jen with 2 N's as Neela. Whew. Our adventurers just finished a rousing battle and rousing week with the brewmaster himself, Gerlach, at Brewcore. Uncle Beer, yes. And are now getting their things ready to continue their journey to the heart of the city-state of Nestora. So, on the morning of your departure, Lasada is even dressed in even more clothing today. She's just progressively, like, the longer you've stayed, the more clothes that she's, layered.
She's eventually just, like, in, like, a big parka jacket.
Yes.
Like it's about to snow.
Yes. To the point where Gerlach even looks her up and down and says, "Are you feeling all right, Lasada?"
She's wearing like a ski mask where like it covers everything but her eyes.
Yes.
Just her little lizard eyes.
Beady lizard eyes.
And her tail just twitches.
And she says, "Yes, I'm fine.
You look lovely.
Thanks."
I think you're the lead, Gerlach.
Because that bit never gets old. Gerlach bids you farewell and hopes that you all find the answers that you're looking for with what it is you're looking for. And he's sorry that he couldn't help you further with that. But he is forever grateful for you saving his life these past couple weeks on multiple occasions, up to and including saving his entire livelihood.
We are pretty great.
And as he departs, he gives you all 8 gold.
That's what. Oh, hey, that's even more than you promised before.
Yes, it is.
8 more gold.
I'm flush with.
Oh, well, 8 gold total amongst us, or 8 gold each?
8 gold each.
Heck yeah, he does.
Inflation is a thing in Valkana.
It's like having a rich drunk uncle.
When can we spend this gold? I have so.
I got a bigger quiver to buy, y'all. I'd like to find a +1 crossbow that instantly reloads itself.
That's gonna be tough. But that's called a
Hey,
booster
bye.
rifle.
Then I'm gonna need stunt points. Start rolling, friends.
So you make your way west down the old road. It takes you about half a day's journey on foot. I don't know what sound that was. Was that it? I don't know. But eventually, the scenery changes from rural to urban rather quickly. And you find yourselves at the city limits of the city-state of Nestora.
Ooh. Ah.
A glowing map posted at the city's edge shows how it's divided into 8 boroughs. The Sage's shop is deep in a multi-building bazaar called the Market Bank in the borough of Alfeld, which is overseen by the Vintners Guild. Vintners, V-I-N. Vintners.
What's a vintner?
It's one who vints.
Vintners.
How is that a guild?
The city mustn't shut up.
Is it like people who bitch guild? Like that's a thing?
That's vent, not vint.
I'm confused.
Quiet, Spencer. You're not playing.
Enough of your sass.
Enough of your sass.
The city must have once housed many more people than it does now. There are abandoned areas. I'm going to read it like this, then it's not like I'm going to read you a story. By the way, in case you want to buy, this is Titansgrave. It is backwards because my camera is flipped. Sorry.
He's not really sorry.
I'm not. The city must have once housed many more people than it does now. There are abandoned areas that are home to weedy squares and plazas where footpaths haven't kept the way clear, or spots where gravelly, ancient pavement has been chewed up by weeds, and heavy traffic where footpaths have worn through to the ground below.
Yeah, Nestora!
That was weird.
Our neighbors are cheering for something.
Cool. Sunlight beams through the empty windows of derelict buildings amidst the crowded apartments and shops. Empty buildings have long since been looted of their valuables. So many of them seem to be home to planned gardens or miniature accidental jungles. Dozens of cracked screens and monitors, many of them blank and dead, hang from tall kiosks and posts throughout the city, like clusters of strange coconuts around the stalks of palm trees. They're a mismatched collection of tech, from bulky monitors to flat ones, presumably assembled at one time by the guilds, but no longer maintained. Many of them display news people clearly discussing the day's news, but there's no sound. Instead, their words are spelled out in subtitles below them. Nobody on the streets below seem to care or watch.
Rev can't hear the news.
Still, the city feels lively. People seem more involved in their lives than the news. Rugs and garments hang outside the windows of vine-choked high-rises, making it clear that even the taller buildings remain safe to live in, or are inhabited anyway. People lean on their windowsills, taking in the sunlight and the view of the activity in the streets below. They're not the only watchers. In every neighborhood, on most corners, it's easy to spot little hemispheres of black glass, each about the size of a human head or a street ball, mounted on the walls and posts and rooftops of buildings. If every one of them contains a camera, the city is well surveilled. If those are the cameras that are noticeable, perhaps more are hidden around.
Spooky.
While the decaying stone and weathered metal of the city blends into an earthy monotone, green leaves combine with colorful banners and posters to give the place wondrous color. Some of these posters notify performances by the Artists Guild. Others advertise local restaurants and taverns. And many announce the exaltation of the fallen, a day-long festival celebrating all who died in the Chaos Wars against the land's greatest enemy. The holiday is tomorrow. Beneath a wide, bright banner for the festivities is a poster depicting a gigantic human with arms outstretched, smiling over a stylized depiction of Nestora. It reads, "The guilds watch out for you." Graffiti, inked on the stones beneath that poster, spell out in simple block letters, "Free us from tyranny, and let us vote." Fresher paint, sprayed through a stencil reads, "Vote with blasters."
Vote with blasters.
There is no
sounds
more
like fun.
embossing today.
Can I do that one?
So, you're walking through the city. Oh, I have a thing for that.
Hey.
Congrats, you have made it to Nestora. Oh, I'm gonna put that here.
That's a big city.
It is a map.
How long would it take to walk the entirety of Nestora?
Around the perimeter of it.
Like, like if you were to walk through like a grocery store, like, you're looking for certain things, but you don't mind wandering through certain aisles that you don't need to go through.
It would probably take several hours to walk through and about. If you're going through like every single street, it's gonna take you the better part of a day.
That sounds excellent. I say we wander. We're in this beautiful city. Well, a little abandoned. A little missing some things.
Shouldn't we have asked Gerlach where Farkaya is in this?
So the
Yeah,
map,
that's been helpful.
the map
Vintners.
before you, shows all the has actually like the boroughs of the city and different locations, and you can see in the Alfeld district, which is located around here-ish. You guys are like all the way over here, but it's here by this cool ass looking stadium.
Is there going to be a game? Can we
There
go
might
watch
be.
the game?
For more information,
I'd like to check the monitors that have the news and see if they've got like game scores and dates.
not so much.
Dang. That's alright.
Yeah, the Market Bank is in the Alfeld district, which is more or less on the southwest side of the city, and you all are on the southeast side of the city. We can like really quickly like kind of speed up through
Well,
there.
shall we go find Farkaya first, and then we can explore the rest of the city?
Yeah, I think we should do that first.
Right?
Dang it!
Do it
I was really
before
hoping you guys might say, "Let's explore the city." That's okay. We'll learn as we go. In character.
Okay. While
We got
traveling-
stuff to do.
Huh?
We got stuff to do.
Yeah.
We got to talk to
Yeah, we
Farkaya
have our
first.
whole lives to do stuff.
While traveling through the
Oh, hello.
Woo Wheel of Winds.
Guys, you can redeem other things in the wheel. I mean, I'm not saying don't redeem the wheel. Redeem the wheel all day.
Wheel of
Real not kind to us.
Screw us again, Strudel.
Aw.
Nothing and like it.
Yeah, you got nothing this time. Perhaps
Good.
your luck hath run out. While traveling through the city towards the market bank, you hear a dull and abrupt double boom, low and window rattling, followed by shouts of shock and cries for help coming from up the street. Black smoke twists into the sky, followed by a distant blaring of emergency vehicles, and then what sounds like a single gunshot.
Oh my! Everything is so exciting here.
No, that's not good.
Certainly sounds exciting.
Did anyone around us react?
She asked if anyone around us reacted.
You
Where are we?
You are in the, you're making your way downtown. Have you done?
Downtown.
Alright, that's another way to go. That's
Not
it.
the song I was going for, but
None of us are on the same page with this music stuff.
Downtown anymore.
You are kind of on the cusp of the Riverside district
Okay.
in the south central kind of area of
Central
Missouri. On the map that you saw coming into the city, there was under the Riverside district was a sign that said, "Tap here to learn about Riverside's many gangs."
Did we click it?
You did not.
Ah, dang it. Riverside District. So in the Riverside District, we heard booms
Yes.
and a crash.
Yep.
And a gunshot.
And
Gunshot.
for the most part, the people around you seem disinterested.
Cool. Let's move on.
Maybe this is
oh,
something
who's
that
playing the
happens all
sound
the time.
effects?
Is that actually?
What?
Were those actual sirens?
Oh yeah.
That's
yeah,
funny.
that's me.
Oh,
That's my city.
Appropriate. Too much.
There we go.
Too much appropriate.
Do they look upset about it, or they're literally just, we don't care, we're going about our
Some
day?
of them are just shaking their heads and continuing about their business. As you pull up to the intersection, as you walk up to the, yeah.
They see me rolling.
that would be Flora.
Wee doo wee.
You come up to the intersection and you see what looks like a Gilder caravan of transport trucks on fire. 2 trucks are on fire, pumping black smoke into the air and against nearby buildings. Out of the smoke, a 3rd truck, its windscreen fractured, its blackened cab is filled with dark smoke, and coasts a few dozen feet down the street before rolling into parked empty vehicles along the road.
Oh my. So they celebrate by blowing up cars here?
No, that's not Philadelphia.
Or is it? Or is it? I already made the Southeast Philly joke. Did nobody hear me?
I'm sorry.
You realize that like Southeast Philly is just Center City, right?
Whatever. It's Philly.
Oh.
Philly burned to the ground last night. 2 nights ago?
What's today?
Philly? What's
Tuesday.
Philly? That doesn't
2 days
exist.
ago.
2 nights ago, Philly burned to the ground.
Yep.
It's no longer on the map.
Yep. Pax and Plug is not going to exist next
No
year.
more Pax and
because-
Plug.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I forgot about that. No. Save the board games.
Save the board games!
Yep, that's the important thing here.
That's it. Some gamers ruin it for everybody.
So do we see anyone who's actually injured, or does this just look like there are some cars on fire?
Yeah, like, is there anyone in the cars?
As far as I'm concerned, this looks like a party.
You.
No.
Although gunshots probably say maybe there are people here somewhere.
It appears as though this Gilder caravan was moving when
When it exploded?
the fires started.
Oh my. There could be somebody still in there. Maybe we should take them out.
Let's go check the car, make sure everyone's okay. And I just take off running towards it.
Okay, which
Okay, bye, Mila.
which one are you looking for? The two that you initially saw on fire, or the third one that kind of rolled away and into some.
Is it-
flames?
I guess the initial two.
Okay. So there, as you make your way closer, you see about 12 people strewn on the ground, either unconscious or too injured to move themselves. Some of them look a little bit more worse for wear than others. And that's like just getting up to the scene, like a much closer look at what's going on.
Guys, are you coming?
I have no idea the customs of these cities and what they do outside of my... I mean, I've not seen this sort of celebration in any other cities that we visited in all this time that we've been traveling. But this is very interesting, and they did mention that there is some kind of festival happening tomorrow. The Exaltation of the Fallen? Do you think this might be part of it?
No.
No?
Are there other people around that are just standing and looking, taking videos with their cell phones,
those
walking
people are
away?
hurt. Oh.
Yeah, there's a number of onlookers. There are some people in tears. There's
Oh my.
a few more are doing their best to pretend to not notice what's going on.
Now why would they
Okay.
ignore this?
Right, come on, people! We have to get these other injured people away from the cars before they blow up or do something. I want to, like, drag them away somewhere safe.
I want
Maybe
you to
just,
make a communication, leadership or persuasion test.
Okay. Oh, I have persuasion. Okay, cool. Whoa, okay. 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Okay, and what was the value on the your off-color die?
4.
Okay, so you managed to look around at the crowd, and you get 4 people to come to your side and try to help the people who are laying on the ground.
Rev jumps in to also help drag the less injured out of there.
Okay. Quat does his best to indicate to you where and about how badly it seemed that some people were injured. You managed to pull up to 3 people away from the blaze.
I'll help with that.
Okay.
If there are other people who are, in trouble.
Okay.
I'm looking around. You know, is there someone in very immediate danger that I can get out of the way?
Well, you still haven't seen anything. You haven't been close enough to the burning trucks to see if there's anyone inside them. You're kind of dealing right now with the people who are kind of strewn and.
Oh, but there are burning trucks, and Neela mentioned blowing things up, and that's bad. Or things blowing up, rather.
I was just making sure nothing. I wasn't sure if something was going to blow up like the car.
In danger of blowing up.
You don't know exactly what the what was being carried in this caravan.
Not more mill dust.
But probably not.
Okay, I know that's explosive now.
But yeah, this explosion could either have come from an outside source or within. Probably from outside, and it's probably being exasperated from something within the caravan.
Okay, but we've got this truck that's full of smoke that we've not yet looked at, and then these two other trucks that are on fire with people around them.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go look at that truck with the smoke.
Okay. So you're doing this by yourself?
Unless someone's coming with me, I'm gonna skip on over.
Okay. You skip on over.
Rev's gonna tag.
Huh?
Rev's gonna tag along just in case he needs to lift Flower up to get a look at anything.
Okay.
Make sure your position.
Help, try and move.
So this third truck is cramped up against, has crushed a couple of parked vehicles along the sides of the streets. This is the one that its engine is sputtering.
Okay.
Getting to it isn't a problem. The doors are locked, and there is someone hunched in the front.
Ooh, so I
Conscious.
tell Rev, door's locked. We gotta get inside. And I put Rev's hand on the door handle.
Rev, smash.
Rev, smash.
Hulk, do something.
Could you
Rev's gonna try to wrench it open, I guess.
All right. I'll let you. This is either going to be a fighting bludgeons or strength might. You can either like beat the
It's just
lock
gonna be
broken.
strength.
Huh?
It's just gonna be strength, unless I can try to punch the window out.
That is something that you can do.
Let's try to punch the window out then.
Okay.
How do I do that?
You.
How many dice is this?
You're using 3 dice.
It's an attack roll against the window?
It's just a normal check. So you're going to add your. It's a choice that you have. You can either use strength plus a might focus if you have it, or you can use fighting plus the bludgeons focus if you have it. Whichever one is higher, you can use.
Bludgeon.
$11.
Oh, cool.
Did you pull it or did you punch it?
Punched it.
Yeah!
All right. So yeah, you crack the glass on the side of the door, but it doesn't break entirely. It has a good crack in it though.
Can the two of us together yank on it? Just pull it off?
Yeah, go ahead.
Or try to unlock it?
You can go ahead and you can do a lock picking check if you want.
I don't have lock picking. I've got dexterity up the wazoo though. I'm gonna try. Can I roll my dexterity? Because it would be a dexterity check.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to see if I can just unlock the door. I guess. — 16?
Yeah. All right. So
Pull a pin from my hair.
we're gonna. Yeah. You get in there and there's enough damage to that lock that you can find the pinpoints pretty easily, and despite your like complete lack of knowledge of lockpicking, you pop it.
It's broken enough.
You pop it fairly easily, and the door comes loose.
And I put the flower pin back in my hair.
Rev, like, finds if there's any belts or anything, undoes them, and drags the person out.
Cool. Yeah. So he comes out in your arms, falls limp in your arms, and you drag him away from the truck, laying him on the ground. He starts to move, and very slowly he regains consciousness. And he does this, and he looks at you, and he's initially frightened because giant work.
We're used to it.
Yeah, you're all used to it. Yeah. The story was probably like the inspiration for the inspiration for the city in Bright. I would probably say.
That's funny.
Because the elves have their own thing, and
Yeah.
the orcs were the black people.
Anyway.
He slowly regains consciousness.
Watch Bright on Netflix.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
He slowly regains consciousness and is initially scared at looking at you, Rev. But he eventually he gets his wits about him, and he's gripping his shoulder, and then he's holding his head, and he's looking at the truck that you pulled him out from, and he starts to sit up, and he says, "I'm okay. I'm alive. I'm okay. Thank you." As he like slowly like gathers himself together with minor injuries.
I immediately ask him what is happening.
I don't know. Probably another attack.
Attack? Well, that's very different than what I thought. Who's attacking?
Probably the AF.
As fuck.
God damn it, Flora.
Who is that?
He's looking around to try and figure out who was talking to him, and he looks at both of you.
Hi.
Both of you.
Nice.
And he just says, "The autonomous front. Duh."
Sorry, it's not a dumb moment. We're new here.
Can someone point me to a doctor?
Oh yeah, you should probably do that. And I call over for Neela? Neela, are you our healer?
Yes.
I call over for Neela.
I'm coming.
Alright.
Where does it hurt?
Everywhere.
Is he like bleeding heavily?
He's not.
and
It seems that
is he
whatever
broken somewhere?
damage that he has, he was gripping his shoulder, he's gripping his head. He's clearly dazed. He's just he's surprised to be alive.
How do I perform that simple healing thing? Not like the magic, but what I did with the other people.
You make an intelligence check and add your healing focus if you have it.
I don't think I do. No, I don't. What the heck? Oh, here it is. Sorry, kitty. Intelligence!
And can I ask the guy one more time? So you're certain this is not part of your parties? This is not a celebration? Not this Exaltation of the Fallen thing?
Ugh, the festival's tomorrow.
Why didn't I pick healing? Alright, well, 15.
Hey, honey
Okay.
kitty.
Okay. Yeah. You do that. You use a few bandages that you have on you. You put his arm in a sling. You wrap one around his head, and he thanks you. And he looks around, and he's trying to get away from this accident. He's like slowly starting to try and stand up, and winds up stumbling away from all of you.
Oh, I was gonna help him. Okay, he's on his way.
Wait, no, we have to find out why you crashed.
Yeah, I want to know more about this autonomous front.
Meanwhile, the other two trucks are still burning.
Oh.
Are there
Right.
still people by those trucks? I thought those two were taking care of moving people.
Oh yeah, no, there's still people.
Oh,
There's
should
still
we
people to
maybe
move?
put the fire out? Would that be helpful so people don't blow up?
That's a thing that you can try to do.
Is there something? Is there like a fire hydrant of some sort, or
Funny you mention it.
a hose?
So you do. So if you're going to try and put out the fire, you're basically going to need to work together, and this is going to be an advanced test. So all of you working together, including the 4 people that Neela called to action,
Rally!
are going to help you do this. So, this is... Does anybody have the driving focus or the engineering focus?
No. My village is old-fashioned.
No.
Nope.
Oh.
I've got bows. I've got faith. I have faith that I can drive a car.
Okay.
I have research. I can Google it real quick.
I can Google it.
I can Google it. Okay. So yeah. So it is going to be a. It doesn't say.
What's the threshold?
It's a success threshold of 10.
Oh, you didn't have to tell me. I didn't know that's what you were looking for. Sorry, I ruined everything. I'm sorry,
yeah,
guys.
no, you totally did. So you're going to basically be rolling dice. It doesn't even give a test. It's just going to be a straight up roll of you guys working together. You're each going to add 1 to your rolls to try and get water and put these flames out.
Okay, we're putting flames out.
Yes.
So we're not adding anything to our roll except the 1.
Yes.
Oh!
Guys, friendship is magic rolls.
Wait, is there a way we can like touch the corner hands? Friendship, power, fist bump.
Where are you?
Far-away fist bump.
Okay. Hey, here I am.
I don't know.
Where are you guys at?
Other way.
I'm putting mine where I think it goes.
Yes.
Oh, dang it. I got it.
Katie,
Oh, mine's
down
there.
left.
Friendship is magic. And Jasmo's like, oh no.
Jasmine, down right.
Down right?
No,
No,
Jasmo.
Jasmo.
Oh, I was about to say, I thought mine was right. I'm looking at Twitch.
Friendship is magic.
There you go. That's awesome. Yes.
Friendship is magic. All right, let's roll.
Make it +2 now for this roll.
Yes. We're literally at nothing but +2.
17 for Jen.
Wow. I got 12.
9, 10, 11.
14.
Okay. What is the result of all of your off-color dice?
4.
Okay.
1.
2.
1.
Shut up, Spencer.
3.
All right. You guys work together to get a few buckets of water from a nearby hydrant. One of you can choose to go it alone, and like you can try and like form a like kind of assembly line with these buckets.
I'm
Got
gonna
it.
be the one to pour the water on because I have really good accuracy.
Okay. Then
And I got to go bargaining, so I got to organize the people into an assembly line.
okay.
Or persuasion.
You. Yes.
I can put the fire out with more fire.
No, you cannot. I thought you were smart, Mira.
It's not very effective.
What is fire freedom? More fire!
You get really close to the truck to throw
God.
the water on it, and you are going to take 2 penetrating damage
Penetrating damage?
from the
From
heat,
sweating?
from the heat and the smoke.
Yo, I got this. I'm not even concerned. Ain't even mad though. Toss water, baby.
So the flames.
Fight fire with fire.
The flames greatly reduce with this, but another truck is still burning.
Guys, we got one more truck.
So I need you to make.
Roll again?
Need you to make another roll again.
Friendship is magic.
Friendship is magic.
Which way do I point? This way? Quick, one more time. Friendship is magic.
Yeah, you're not going to get the +2 this time.
Okay.
That was a one-time thing.
All right. Well, friendship is still magic. So we're rolling.
Yes.
+1.
Yes.
11 again.
10.
12, 13, 14, 15.
Okay.
And 10.
Do these the stunts come in
No.
whenever you rolled up? No.
This is just straight up you're trying to do with thing.
Got it.
What's everyone else's result?
Oh, 15 was mine.
15? Okay. Rev?
10.
Okay. The off-color die for everybody?
2.
Okay.
Those
1.
3.
Okay. This one, this time you spill quite a bit of water while trying
oh, no,
to...
you spilled water on me.
Look at my heart wings!
Look at my heart wings.
You spill quite a bit of water trying to do it again. You're taking another 2
Fantastic.
points. 2 points of penetrating damage.
I'm learning every moment. It doesn't hurt.
That fire indeed hot.
The fire is in fact hot. I'm gonna have to tell Mira about this later. I think she would question.
By
have
this
questions.
point, Neil, like the people that you've rallied
Yes, the fire mage has questions about fire.
have either stabilized or removed people away from the truck, seemingly just in time for that last truck to explode.
Explode! How badly am I hurt? You're gonna do it. You put me right in front of the truck, enough to be
You
burning.
put yourself.
Oh, fine. Go
In front of the
ahead.
truck.
I don't care. I can take it. I'm ready for anything. Did you roll 3d6? You rolled 3d6.
I rolled 4d6 actually. I gotta re-roll a 1.
Oh wow. He wants me hurt.
You're going to take 12 damage.
Is it penetrating still?
Oh!
Oh, good.
Oh, no.
See, so 12. So it's actually 9. Is what we're saying?
Yes.
Fantastic.
Who was the next closest to?
Who was passing me water? Probably Rev.
That was probably me.
I'm not assuming anything.
Yes, Rev.
Yep.
You were also close enough. Oh balls. I don't need to re-roll these. 18.
Not penetrating. Hey DM. Dun, 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 dun,
Yep.
dun, dun.
18.
That's not a moon.
18 against your armor. Then the other 2. Oh boy. Which one was closer to the fire?
Probably me, since I was trying to organize everybody.
13 damage.
Oh!
Guys, we're right up on a blowing up truck.
And
I knew that
11
was
damage to Mira.
That's okay. Ain't even mad. Guys, we helped so many people, and the fire actually gave us a nice tan.
It's at this point that the sirens get.
Yes, that siren.
Oh, yes, that siren. Hey, Ronan.
Ronan!
The wheel says. The wheel says reroll multiple dice.
For who?
For whom? Yeah. That be the question that is posed to everyone in players or the DM. Oops. It's at this point that lights flashing, vehicles coming in, high speeds, arrive on the scene. Deployed from them are about a dozen, what looks like SWAT teams. Like, these are, like, fully clad in armor and armed helmets, bulletproof vests, knee pads. These are guild troopers and emergency, like, first responders, and they are setting up a perimeter around the explosion and the accident, and they run into you and the four of you and say, if you are not injured, leave the area immediately.
I tell him I'm injured and I start to cough. As if I inhaled smoke.
Says, are you feeling all right?
There's a lot
I
of
have
smoke. What's going on here?
He says,
By the way, have you seen my Heartwing?
Shut up! Look at ask a random stranger about my Heartwing. Oh wait, I totally would.
I think you should examine the scar
I
that I got.
gotten burned a little bit, but mostly coughing. I inhaled a lot of smoke.
he says, disperse immediately. We have your faces and actions on file. If you stay, we will consider you interlopers in a crime scene.
I'm injured.
From a distance about a block away, you hear somebody screaming, tell your guild masters this is what happens when they oppose the autonomous front. Tell them that they cannot intimidate us any, and then you hear a gunshot.
I'm not.
Rev just kind of gathers up everybody and starts shoving us out. Just everybody just...
But I'm injured.
It's a giant lowercase t. What's that mean? Time to leave.
Like, wait, I demand to know what happened here. We helped these people more than you have. And I'm like
Seriously.
yelling this over this shoulder.
The trooper in front of you fires a shot into the air.
I like your gun. I show him my
Rev
crossbow.
walks faster.
He's
And he,
really
like,
trained on
picks up Neela and
Yeah.
has
it's a
his flower
crossbow.
under the other arm, and he's just...
Mira
You're
is
bolting?
perfectly
You're bolting
complacent to run
With
away.
folks under you, you manage to scurry your crazy ass motherfucking friends.
We were comparing weaponry. He's obviously a trained, trained, combatant like I am. There's no problem
I'm just shaking
there.
my fist and yelling, you will pay for this.
Why is everybody so upset?
You get only really like a block away from all this chaos, and everything kind of seems like it's normal. Like everything's kind of, you see the people in the streets just shaking their heads and minding their own business, walking through the streets and carrying on as if nothing is out of the ordinary.
Ronan. Have you seen my stamp from a tramp?
Jen this time. Jen gets the what do you win?
Rerolling ones?
Rerolling multi-dice.
Oh, multi-dice.
Multi-dice. Jen, you're going to get a reroll of multi-dice.
You, that's so sweet. All right. So are we gonna find out who these?
Yeah.
So
What are they
really-
called again? Affronted? Shoot. I already forgot what the AF stood for.
Autonomous front.
Autonomous
That
front.
is Autonomous Front.
Can we still see the TV screens from where we are?
Oh yeah, they're all over the place.
I want to see what the news is saying, like I did back in Malroth. I like the news.
It is saying nothing about what you just experienced.
What is it talking about?
It is talking about other news from the day.
Sports teams?
Um,
It's talking about the exaltation of the.
Vince McMahon's XFL is in town.
Can I give input as a fan? Can we make our way to the stadium though? That'd be cool.
Well, you're going to be heading in that direction anyway.
So why doesn't anyone else care what's going on? Can I ask someone?
Sure.
I'd like to go up to someone.
Oh, baby! Sorry, my cat just hit her head on the table.
Oh.
Oh, poor thing. Ours is curled up and looks dead. But she's not.
We hope.
Shauna! Yeah, she peeked.
I'm like, I could throw a die at her.
No, because then Meru will find it.
All right. How?
Yeah, I will. So Rev finally puts us down, and I notice that no one else is sort of reacting. No one else is moving. It's as if nobody knows what happened. So I go to someone who looks like they might just sort of be, I don't know if they're like waiting for a friend but they're by themselves.
Okay.
And I ask if they heard the noise.
Sure. You just kind of politely approach them doing this.
I'm sure as far as I'm concerned, it's polite.
Okay. Make a communication check.
Yeah, buddy.
And if you have etiquette, the etiquette focus, you can.
You know who had etiquette?
Clara.
Yeah, she did.
Not Flora.
Let's use my civilian dice. Ooh, okay. Let's not explode my dice. These look pretty civilian. Those were awful. 9.
Okay. This person says, "No, thanks. I'm not interested."
Oh, I'm not selling anything. I'm just curious if you heard anything. Or if you know who the Autonomous Front is.
He kind of looks at you and...
hello.
Oh, hi. Can I see the kitties, please?
Yeah, actually you
I
can.
don't know where Meru is, actually.
This is
Shauna's
my
over
baby.
there. Okay, whoops.
My little baby. My old lady kitty.
Can you see her?
Yep, she's
I mean, if that's what gets us.
Hold on.
Sorry, my fan is attached to a thing. I tried.
My baby. My baby.
There's Misty. Oh, you get Misty, so cute.
She's been on my lap this whole time.
Nice. I would have had Shauna in my lap, but I'm wearing black leggings, so no.
No.
There was no way. Oh, he found Meru. Oh god.
She was on my pillow.
Alright, I have like a talent thing. I gotta keep this book open so I know what I'm reading.
So does dude know anything about the Autonomous Front?
He looks at you, kind of panicked, and kind of rushes off down the street.
Can I grab him?
You could try.
Would I roll?
I guess it would be either,
Dex? Give me that Dex.
yeah, let's use it. Let's make a dex.
Sweet. Well, you've lost your dice privileges because you were not good. What were the dice I was just using? I think it was you guys. Sure, why not?
See,
Nope!
she's totes fine.
Wow, that's really sad. That's only an 8.
Oh yeah, no, he.
Plus my initiative?
No.
Okay, that's only an 8.
Yeah, no.
I wasn't expecting him to
he's-
run.
Yeah, no, you weren't. But he ran.
But he ran
He
anyway.
bolted.
Okay, can I ask somebody else?
You can try.
Okay, I'll go up to somebody else and ask them first initially if they heard the noise.
You make the same roll.
What was it? Communication etiquette?
Communication etiquette, yeah.
Okay. Well, I've got so many dice I need to go into dice jail. Let's try the blue ones. And this gold one. Guys, these are my school colors.
Those were my school colors.
I think it was every school's colors.
My school color.
I have no idea what school colors were.
That's much better. 9.
Oh God, this weekend I got invited to my 10-year.
16.
Okay, and what was on the stunt die?
6.
Oh, neat. He says in kind of a low voice, yeah, I heard it, but I'm not going to pay attention to any of that garbage going on.
Garbage. Well, it looks like somebody got attacked.
Yeah, well, it's been going on for quite some time here.
So do you know who the Autonomous Front is?
He looks around.
And I look around too, like I should see them or something.
Keep it down mentioning them.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are they not invited to the party?
Look. Says, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. Bye, cat.
Bye, Meryl.
But now I can look at my notes.
Now I can
I'm
stop
just talking out of
ad-libbing.
my ass.
It was good. It was good.
Says, look, I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want, but I'm not going to mess with the Autonomous Front or the guilds. And I'm especially not going to mess with the guilds. I value my life and my family far too much than to pick up a blaster and fight against the guilds.
Why are they fighting?
Look around you.
Uh-huh.
And as he says that, he looks around, and it seems that he notices all of the cameras and says, I gotta go. You don't know me.
Bye, friend. Huh. Then I go back to the others and I tell them,
Rev is-
so apparently the guilds and this Autonomous Front are fighting, and people shouldn't mention the Autonomous Front. And
all the cameras.
also, there might be cameras.
Rev tries to find her face to like just gently, just kind of. just
Less.
And I'm just like, well, what's the word in the Autonomous Front? Spelled A-U-T-O.
He just kind of nudges everybody along. It's like we should go.
People are so secretive in these big cities.
Here.
I don't understand the point of being so secretive. It's not like they don't know each other. They were fighting.
I'm loving this
I'm honestly
much more than I thought I was going to tonight. I thought this was going to be a mess of an episode, and I was wrong. And I'm very, very pleased.
I don't think people should be excluded from parties. Well, shall we find Varkaya?
Now she wants to find Varkaya.
I mean, look, we can stop and look at the game. There might be a game on today. I might have seen something about a game on one of those big screens. There might be a
I didn't
game
peg you.
tonight.
Mira's like, I didn't peg you for a sports ball person.
Well, I'm very curious about what people outside of outside of Elohim use for sports, because what we do for
I don't
sports,
remember the name of my city.
you know, that place. I'm just curious what people do. I sort of take notes on everywhere I go. I like to learn what everyone does. Keep my eyes open, you know. Like those cameras. Like that one right there. But yeah, we can find Varkaya if we want to. Or we can keep walking around. I need some stuff.
Let's find out what's going on. Maybe if Kaya knows everything of the crazy.
Ooh, she
going on
probably
here.
knows who the Autonomous Front is.
Yes.
So Rev and the group hurry Flora along, and you make your way, closer and closer to the market bank. And by the time you get there, all the talk and the mutterings of the attack have dissipated completely.
There was muttering?
Huh?
I could have eavesdropped on something.
Yeah.
Never mind. Sorry, we're already there.
These people weren't invited to the party.
Now.
By the time you reach the market bank, most of the talk you hear is made up of haggling barkers and requests from shoppers. The market bank is a sprawling collection of stalls, small buildings, and tents. The place smells of flower petals and musty books, of rose water and alcohols,
Look.
of oily leathers and grilling meat,
I smell flowers, she smells books.
and Rev smells everything.
Then Rev smells it all, including us.
I smell the rose water.
The smells waft through each other, carried in the wakes of visitors inching about in search of finds. Is it spicy? Asks a middle-aged and dark-skinned human woman with metal set into her face and scalp. Can you make it spicy?
I stare at her.
For a moment, the smell is curry. Then it's lavender, earthy, ground beans, and then the sweet stench of drying cherries. These all mingle with glimpses of watches, rings, and artwork torn from old books and sold on unframed mats in plastic sleeves. Is it really gold? What do you care? It looks like gold. People treat you like it's gold.
What do you care? I love it.
And you want that way. Everybody wins. Monitors flickers with lists of nearby shops, deeper in the maze of commerce and culture. One of them bears the name in question, Farkaya the Antiquarian. Or is it Antiquarian? I really don't know.
Antiquarian?
It is Antiquarian, or is it it's Antiquarian? Okay.
Hey, Merriam-Webster.
Along with directions.
I was thinking antiquarian because it's pronounced antiquated.
Yeah, I
So.
guess you're right.
Not necessarily. I mean, I agree, but not for that reason. Because English is freaking weird.
Yeah, the devil's language.
Oh, okay. I'll give you that.
Antiquarian.
Ryan, why aren't you wearing your glasses today?
Ryan doesn't wear his glasses very often.
Because I'm not.
I'm gonna need to. Okay, I'm gonna unmute us for just a sec.
Because it's not Thursday, Patrick.
How? Why? Oh, right. I still sound. Never mind. We're not gonna know if it's antiquarian or antiquarian. It's antiquarian. Just
Okay.
kidding.
I'm like, you can't read the pronunciation guide next to the.
Yes,
dictionary.
I can.
Okay, here we go.
To the shop.
Well, I was gonna go to Farkai's, and then I smelled that thing with the dried cherries, and I want to go in that direction instead. Very much so.
Rev
No, no,
likes
no.
cherries.
But also, I have the orb, so.
Guys, no. This way. The shop's
To
over
the shop
here. Wait,
with
come
the
back.
cherries.
Come back.
I see a book somewhere, and I'm like, ooh.
Tiny. Go get it.
Neela, I want you to make a leadership check
Against me?
against all three of them.
Oh, God. Oh, wait, what's leadership? What does that do?
It's communication.
Oh, okay. Oh, I don't have that. Darn it.
Also
I lost them all. I have doubles. Wait, I can reroll my thing. Do doubles do anything?
you can use your multi-dice reroll that.
Oh, that's the whole thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nah. But that seems like such a waste.
No, you
5,
can do
6,
it. It's fine.
7.
Also, aren't there like story start points?
I'm okay with if you use it.
Exploration, role-playing, combat, standard.
There's role playing stuff.
Role-playing, so one. I only got one, though.
But you have to succeed before you can use stunts.
Yeah.
I don't know what he set the target number to. Especially because there's like cherries, man. I like cherries.
My one stun point does nothing. I've only had a 2. I have 8.
8.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yep.
Yeah, you plead with them, but they all kind of go off in their own directions.
I love everything about it. I want to know whatever that thing was. That was first. I want to see what that lady was talking about with the spicy something, and then I want whatever that cherry something is.
So, yeah, you basically go to like what essentially is like a food court area
So many foods.
of the market bank, and there's a number, like about a dozen different stalls with grilling meats, grilling fruits and vegetables, and just spices from all around the world being sold here as street fare, essentially.
I can imagine Flowera has Rev's hand and is just like, yes, and just starts walking to everything that smells good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
There's a number of vendors that are willing to give out like small samples of their wares to.
Can I do that thing where you go and you take one and you leave and you come back like with glasses trying to look like someone else, and you take one and you come back with like my braid as mustache.
Make a deception check.
Oh god, it's communication.
And I'm just in the background going, but guys, we have a mission.
12.
It works at least once.
Yes. So I'm gonna do the take one, go back around, have my braid as a mustache, come and take it, and it's delicious.
Are you gonna try again?
You can borrow Rev's glasses if you want.
Yes.
All right, make another deception check.
Okay. I want one more piece of that cherry goodness.
Yeah.
Ooh. 16 with
Yeah.
5 stun points.
Oh, okay. So it works. If there's a stunt that you can like finagle your way into working for this, I will allow you to use it. Or if there's something like specifically really so like here's what I'm thinking. What I kind of think about with as far as role playing stunts and exploration stunts. A lot of the time, whatever it is that you're trying to do, if you stunt, the points and the things don't kind of match up, and it kind of like makes them null. So come up with something that you want to do that is like on that level of stunt point cool, and we'll see how it works.
Oh, I got you. So
Okay.
when I come back around, so after the mustache, and I come back around with Rev's glasses, and my hair pulled up, like in an old lady bun kind of thing, the braid, and I come back around and I say, "Oh, these are fantastic! They smell fantastic. I'd very much like to try one. Oh, it's delicious. Would you happen to have a very large sampling for my students? You see, their theses are due this week, and I'd like to treat them I'd like to treat them for working so hard this school year."
The vendor says, "Well, we don't usually do donations. That would
they're
be
very good kids.
that would be against the rules." But and she kind of whispers, "We can probably give you a bit of a discount."
Oh my, that sounds very nice. How much would it be for enough for my 20 students?
She says, she says, "Oh well, we can't. It would be about 12 gold to
12?
to sell for that much." And then she leans in and she goes,
Can Rev elbow Flowera and say,
Get the recipe.
Oh my, you know what? That does sound good. Do you have a recipe that you could share with me? That surely wouldn't be against the rules.
"Oh well, it's not my recipe. I'm sorry. It's my grandmother's recipe." And
Oh, how sweet! It runs in the family.
Yes.
My own grandmother also cooked quite a bit. Do you have an idea of how it's made?
well, no, she keeps the recipe under lock and key.
Oh, I see. Well, I
She makes it. I just sell it.
is Granny here?
No.
Oh, I see. Okay. So I will give her. I will give her the 6 gold because money doesn't really mean much to Flower.
Internal recipe service.
I'll give her the 6 gold and take enough of these cherry whatever they are. Were they like tarts or something or?
What?
What are these cherry things? I went to the cherry things.
They
like tarts or cakes or.
They're kind of a little column A, little column B.
Fantastic.
It's just really, really good. You're not 100% sure what it is. You just know it's delicious.
So 6 gold for enough of these for not one for 20 for each person, but like enough to like for 20 people.
It's enough
20
for
people.
20 people. So if it were to
Think catering orders.
I can't escape my job.
Now I feel bad.
Yes.
You better get that recipe. I'm hoping that Rev might be able to, with enough of these, kind of piecemeal the recipe.
Here,
together.
Rev, just eat them.
That's what I'm hoping.
Figure it.
So I'll give her the 6 gold and be on my way with this large.
Okay.
Would you mind gift wrapping it? I really want it to be a surprise. A surprise for my students.
She looks at you and goes, "Wait, weren't you?"
They're good kids with a thesis due.
Yeah, okay. And she basically she hands you a doggy bag.
Oh, fantastic! Thank you. And I take it and I'm on my way. And I've already eaten like 5 of them by the time we just leave the shop.
Are
The
you having
little
Ryan
friend.
PTSD, post-traumatic service disorder?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes, I am. I love you, honey.
What the hell did I do? Yeah, so let's move on to Mira.
6 stunt points.
What kind of craziness are you doing?
I'm looking at books and alchemy stuff.
And alchemy stuff?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, there's like one book. It's a paperback fiction of alchemists. It's basically like
is it like
the author's
change-
it's the Valkana equivalent of a scholastic book.
Aww.
And I'm just like, these theories are grossly oversimplified, but relatively scientifically sound.
If you wanted it
It's
to
like the magic school bus. Like,
the
I think you're gonna say it was like the 50 Shades of Grey, like missing it. Like,
With alchemists. And
that's the
pictures.
proper use of that tool.
50 Shades of Lead to Gold.
So I mean, that's all Mira gets.
50 Shades of Adams, the bondage edition.
Whoa!
Because Adams. Anyway, I'm tired.
I feel like Mira should be like swindled out of her money for that. Be like, "Hi, I'm looking for alchemy." They're like, "Here."
Yeah, the vendor says if you wanted it, it's yours for 3 silver.
Inside check. There's no inside check here.
I don't have insight.
No one does. That's the beauty.
It's not a focus.
I can help you bark. Well, no, I'm still mad at all of you. Get it.
You've given up on us. Neela's
I mean,
given
I'm
up
just like
on us.
literally following you all of you around process.
This little halfling is also your pack rat.
She's also our mom.
She's also your mom.
All right.
Don't you know I like chocolate? You'll ruin your dinner.
3 silver sounds good. I'll take it.
Cool.
I ended up with a dirty buck.
Nice.
Mila, does anything catch your eye, or are you just trying to corral people into going to see Farkaya finally?
I'm just trying to corral the people.
Make that make that check again.
Oh, I'm ready to go to a new store, baby.
Oh dear. Here we go. Okay, that's a little better. 10, 15, 16.
Cool.
Are they following me?
What's your stunt point? Your stunt die.
5.
Cool. Yeah. No, you like put your foot down and you yell at the 3 of them.
You're
You like grab us by the
my
ears.
pinky.
Yeah, I know,
We
but
are
you
here
also realize
to
that like
find-
she's holding
to talk
all of your
to
stuff
her.
and now she's threatening to throw it in the garbage.
I don't need things. Oh, don't take my sweets.
Don't take my food.
And she does like everything in her power to convince you that like you have shit to do.
Oh, all right. I eat another one
Cool.
of the cherry things. So good.
We can go shopping later.
But Neela, have you tried one of these? They're amazing.
Knock it off your hand.
So good.
Y'all mingle for a minute while you look for Farkaya's shop.
So where's Farkaya's shop?
That way.
Which way?
We already passed it.
Oh.
Going back.
You clearly have not seen this movie.
Huh.
Guys, he's not seen
I'm
Labyrinth.
not.
That's shameful.
I've seen dance.
Shameful.
I've just seen Dance Magic Dance.
Dance, magic, dance. My first book about puddles. I bought a dirty book.
Bought a dirty book.
You may take our freedom, but you'll never take our sweet cakes.
So, you make your way into the middle of the market bank. Distractions abounding. You go down a flight of stairs,
Ooh.
and following the directions that were there when you entered the market bank. And you see a sign, hand-painted on an old window, says simply, Farkaya the Knowing.
The what?
The Knowing.
Knowing.
All right, let's. Oh, it's a shop, so we could go right in, right? Or do we have to
Yes.
knock? It's a shop. It's a shop. All right, we go in.
Okay.
She drags us in.
You walk in, and the shop is a kind of array of small rooms with made of arched brick separating them, metal shelves. Each of them is full of what seems to be like old toys, dishes, tools, magazines, storage, media, tea tins, and something is going to catch each of your eye. Because, you haven't been distracted enough.
I'm distracted by everything.
So...
Oh, Brett. I'm sorry.
Oh no!
I just saw a look.
Gotta read the whole card.
The look on Jazzo's face.
For those of you playing the home game, Rev is blind.
and has been this entire campaign, and I have not remembered once.
Oh my god!
I have not remembered once when it has been appropriate.
Oh. Woo! Something catches your eye.
Apologies.
Rev, your character is my favorite in the world. Oh my god.
Well, at least it's only 3 characters that I have to worry about.
Hooray!
Rev, here's something.
Goodness gracious.
In the words of the doctor, I am so sorry.
Oh, my cheeks hurt.
I was blindsided by this revelation.
Whew.
Whoops.
Alrighty. Wow. Ow, my cheeks.
You know, fuck that. You all walk in and most of you, 75% of you see all of this stuff.
There's a lot of stuff. I describe the stuff to Rev as I see it. As I'm used to doing because we've been traveling together for quite some time now.
Rev, you smell like the musty kind of like old metal, like oils and tins, like that you know what I'm talking about. That smell of like shit in here is old. You smell that and a lot of it, and you
Like a
like
thrift
Old
store.
people smell.
huh? It's kind of like an
Old
old people
people?
smell plus metal.
Old people smell. I didn't think my acting was that good.
A plus
Thrift
GM
store.
Ryan. Yeah. Thanks, Turtle. So, out from the back, you see this.
You said we all recognize something, or we just realize that everything's really old in here.
You do. Is there something that catches your eye, Flower?
I've always been afraid of this. Is there?
Is there?
Oh god, I'm nervous. Oh god. Don't screw up, Melody, don't screw up. I see a book. There's a book on one of the shelves. It looks like everything else. It looks really old, but it's like it's leather bound, but not. It's not like it's like an unusual looking leather, and it's got like, as far as I'm concerned, it's got like pretty looking like designs on it. That kind of make me think of home a little bit.
Do you flip through the pages?
Yes, I do.
When you do that, flipping through really fast shows kind of it's almost like a flip book of a forest growing and life forming through it and traveling through it, like rabbits and other creatures from your village. You notice the faster you flip through it, the more realistic the images become.
Oh my! Like a little movie.
Like more than a little movie. It almost seems real.
Wow. I try to simultaneously flip and pet the bunny.
You fail horribly.
It doesn't work.
And Mira's just like, that's not what you.
That's not how you do things.
That's not how you look.
That's not how any of this works.
That's not how this goes.
Poor Mira's like, what the fuck are you doing?
You got it all wrong.
Is it just all these different creatures and plant life and
Yeah, it's
from
really
my
just,
village?
No. It reminds you.
Oh, it just reminds.
It reminds you deeply of your village.
Does it have information in it, or is it literally just?
It is literally
images?
okay. So if you just were to open it and turn to any page, you would see that it was blank.
Oh. Okay.
But flipping through it shows those images in sequence forming, and the faster you do it, the more vivid the images become.
Okay.
To the point of, almost realism.
Okay. I spend quite a bit of time distracted by this.
Okay. You make your way through the story. You wind up getting to about the back counter area, and you see articulated metal arms hanging from the ceiling above Farkaya's counter, as if some truck-sized mechanized spider were trapped up there. And each arm ends in a tool, like a magnifying lens, a scanner, a sonar wand, all useful for appraising and understanding objects. Farkaya sits amidst those hanging arms where she can reach them all, on a pillow atop a stiff and archaic rolling chair. Because, ergonomics and such. The sage herself is narrow, yet muscular. Spindly and lean, though tough-looking, almost fibrous and leathery. Much of her silver hair is gathered in a bun behind her head. The rest frames her face, which is dominated by... yeah, sort of. Which is dominated by wide lenses and a thin, hooked nose. Her outfit seems almost like layers of fashion going back decades. So, hipster. Super old hipster. Oh, boy, Strudel.
I just saw it.
I did too. Rev didn't.
Oh god, it's so mean. What's? Okay, never mind. No.
she appears to be reading a book, and she looks up to notice the four of you, and she looks at Flora, looking at the book in her hand, and just shakes her head, and she looks at Mila, who seems to be very much a woman of business, and says, "Can I help you?"
Yes, we come here to ask a few questions about an object that we found. We're sent here by I can't remember people's names.
Gerlach.
Garlock.
Oh, you know Gerlach.
Good friend
Yes.
of ours.
Oh, how is he?
Fan
He's great.
has a Hellion problem, but you know.
A Hellion problem?
Oh yeah, there were like 6 of the little ones and like one really big.
I just like push her like, Shh. He's fine. We helped him out with everything.
Oh. Well, that's wonderful to hear. You said you had questions about something? I'd love to help you out.
I reach into my bag and I take out the orb.
Sorry, so this blue orb with the runes on it, and she signals you to bring it over to her. She reaches and she looks at it.
We found it in Malroth Village. And there were robot janitors. And we found it.
It was in a grave.
In a crypt beneath the school marked with Red Claw?
Oh, so we're not DL about this anymore? Oh, yeah. Found it in a crypt. Red Claw.
Yeah, I'm surprised Flora was DL about it.
Because you told me to.
She looks at it. She looks at it very closely, and she grabs one of her magnifying lenses and
I'm immediately interested in
says, "Could be something. Could be nothing."
Helpful.
I hope it's something.
She asks if she could hold on to it to do more tests on it, including a 3D scan and analysis of the object itself to see if it has any kind of significance.
Like what the runes mean?
Yes. Or if there's anything within it or about it with any kind of purpose.
Do we let her keep it?
What do you guys think?
I mean, we came all this way to find her.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, she's been pretty vouched for.
Does she look like she's being honest?
You can make a check.
What am I rolling?
That would be empathy.
That's perception?
That is perception, yes.
Intelliperception. 12?
Yeah, no, she seems very honest. She notices your hesitation and she says, "Please, I know you're friends of Gerlach. And he and I go back many, many years. I wouldn't wrong you. To wrong you would be to wrong him. Bless you."
Fair enough.
Frikaya said that, Ryan didn't.
I'm convinced.
Ryan don't give a shit.
Okay. How long will it take?
Well, I would need some time. And as she's like talking to you, she's starting to pull different instruments down to take a kind of like a closer look at it and, you know, getting straight to work. She says, "Come back the day after tomorrow. I'll do some work tomorrow, but we'll be closed all day because of the festivities."
Oh, right. The party's tomorrow.
So go enjoy yourselves the rest of today, And tomorrow, if you want to enjoy the festival, and come back the day after tomorrow, and I should have some answers for you.
Okay. One final question. What do you know about this autonomous front business?
She says it's local trouble. She says there are some citizens who think the nine guilds have taken too much power for themselves and are controlling the populace. There are some insurgents that want to topple them, but they're far too powerful. It's nothing that you need to concern yourself with.
That sounds heavy. But people are getting hurt over it. That's probably not good.
Yes, it's not the best climate in Estora.
Do they? I mean, you're safe, right? And your shop is safe, and all of your fun trinkets and stuff are safe, right?
Well, of course, the vintners take care of us.
So you're on the side of the guilds.
Well, I suppose I have to be.
Huh. I think that means we should be on the guild side, guys. I mean, if you cared. We don't really live here. It's not really our business. Hey, how much for this book?
Oh. For you, 5 silver.
Really?
Yes. You know what that book does?
It shows me animals. And I show her. Oh, also plants. And they're very nice.
It shows you show it to her, and she just nods. Yes, it's very nice.
Why do you have something like this? I've never seen anything like this before.
I have, as you can see, many trinkets and gadgets and antiques. It was a hobby of mine, and I just collected goods from all over the world. People come in to donate, and I sell them, and that's how I make my living. It's my life.
So where did you get this from?
She says, so that came from some village out west, east. East. Ryan gets mixed up. The DM does not.
East.
Fuck.
I thought you meant Weiss.
So did you find this, or did someone bring it in to you?
Well, I found it absolutely fascinating that it's a different book to whoever is holding it.
Really? So what do you see? And I give her the book.
And she says that she'd rather not say.
Do you see socks?
Socks? Is that what you said?
Socks! Yes! Is it the Mirror of Erised?
Spencer's answer was porn, so.
So I show it to Mira. Mira, what do you see? And I flip the pages for her. Hold on, I'll start over. And I flip the
I was like, I don't know. What do I see?
Farkaya says, it shows whoever is looking at it a pleasant memory.
Oh. Hey, Rev. So will it show different memories every time you look at it if you think of something different?
On occasion. Usually it is a very prominent memory from your past that you find, that you take solace in.
Oh. It can't show you maybe a memory you don't really remember?
Well, then it's not a memory, is it?
But it could be. Like, what if you were really, really little and you sort of remembered something, but older you couldn't quite remember something?
Then that would be called a Mandela effect.
I don't know what that means.
Neither does she.
How much did you say it was?
5 silver.
I will give her 10 silver.
That is 1 gold.
I will give her a gold for it. Because I want her to have it. And I thank her for telling me what the book does.
Rev's gonna kind of lean over to Mira and
You can ask her about your thesis.
I was waiting till you guys left, but
Why can't we know about the thesis?
We can leave.
I mean,
Okay.
it's fine. I just kind of blush a little bit and shuffle forward, and I put the little spidery thing on the desk. Say, Gerlach said you gave this to him, but he doesn't know where you got it from.
And she looks at it, and she's kind of like, she kind of looks a little surprised and a bit heartbroken that it's being handed back to her. And she says, "Oh, well, this was just something that I gave Gerlach to remember me by. It was years ago, when he took his first trip around the countryside to do his deliveries."
But what does it do? Where did you get it?
Well, this is really just... I mean, it doesn't bear any actual real significance. It's more of a replica of sorts, a toy, well, you see, there's legends of certain artifacts, and people out of boredom or curiosity created toys and such out of things that to make things appear like the artifacts that legends spoke of, and this is one of those.
I start to get a little frustrated, and I take the brass ring on my chain out, and I say, "No, I need to know where you got this."
And she says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, this is a replica of one of the artifacts." And she looks at your brass ring, and she asks if she could take a closer look at it.
And I say, "I'm sorry, it does not leave my neck."
Well, then, can you come closer?
Could you bend in a little?
I'll just like lay down on the desk.
She takes a look, and she says, "I swear I'm just looking at the ring."
Oh, are we showing off that? Because I have something to show you too.
I imagine
Careful,
everybody in the
knives
room
come
just
out of
says
there.
No.
But it's important. Varkaya might know.
She takes a closer look, being very careful not to disturb it from you, and she's grabbing a whole bunch of tools, magnifying glasses and things, and a little like kind of analyzer that she looks at, and she's kind of blown away. Like, she looks through it and comes off of it, and she's kind of stunned. She says, "Well, of all of the artifacts that are talked about that have a significant amount of power, this is the only one that actually has arcane energy all throughout it. And she actually she shows you. She tells you to come up to on her platform and to look through this scope that she's looking, and it is glowing a bright burning green. When you look through it, and then comparatively, she looks at this thing that you brought her, and it's nothing.
So I look really disappointed, and I'm like, so this is just a toy. It's not one of the matching artifacts.
She says, I'm afraid so. I always do my due diligence, and if something like that were to ever come into my possession, I couldn't simply just give it away. And in fact, I wouldn't sell it. I would keep it very, very hidden. These kind of things were only talked about in legend, but what you have is absolutely fascinating.
Well, if you do ever come across anything remotely like this, please let me know.
She nods and says, absolutely.
And I'll slip her a gold and be like, I trust you can keep this quiet amongst us as well.
She winks and says, keep what quiet?
Can I show her a drawing I made? No, I took the
You
time.
can, but she is really interested in this orb right now.
I know it's not as interesting, and I know maybe I didn't draw it so well, and I can show you the real thing too, but other people have reacted very poorly when I've done
Tell me
it.
the real thing.
But in all honesty, I do really, I'm just curious if you've ever seen, you've seen a lot of things, and I show her, what I meant to say, I wanted to take some time and carve into like a proper piece of wood as, you know, with my background and around nature, I feel like I'd be better at carving than like drawing whatever. And I show her I show her a drawing of what it looks like, like what my scar looks like, and if she's ever seen anything like it, or if they look like numbers to her on one side, if the symbol looks like something to her on the other side, if it means anything.
She says...
I know it's not as interesting as that thing, but...
She says, that is absolutely foreign to me.
Interesting. I start to, like, I had this moment where I feel kind of like something, and then all of a sudden, I tuck it away. I tuck the picture away.
She says, now, please, if you'll excuse me, I'll see you the day after tomorrow, and I'll find out exactly what this is.
Okay.
Okay. So we leave the store. What? Hang on. Where can we just sleep?
What?
Where can we sleep?
Oh, well,
or make home?
Where can we get more food?
If you can, if you're friends of Gerlach, and if you just came from him, I'm sure that he probably let people know at the Beer Barons. It's the tavern just a few blocks from here. That you came from him, and I'm sure they'll set you up for the night.
Hook us up?
Hook.
We've heard that before.
Hook us? Hook us? Yes.
Alrighty. Thank you.
Yes.
We'll be
thank
back
you.
the day after tomorrow.
She's very interested in this orb, and she puts it on a platform, and she's having the things, and she just kind of waves you goodbye. And that is where we'll leave y'all tonight.
I thought Farkaya had my answers, and she doesn't.
Oh no.
Damn it.
You know nothing, Farkaya!
I got a flip book, y'all.
How do you feel about tonight, guys?
I have a flip book.
I thought that was a pretty damn good session.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah, that was pretty. That was good.
Yeah.
I was very, very pleased with that.
I feel like I just had an image of like everyone off doing their thing, and we just like standing there all angry. And I had like it was like a painting in my head. I love it. I wish I could draw. I wish I could draw just so I could make it come to life.
Funny story about the book that that Flower bought. If you flip it backwards, it shows you a bad memory, so you can relive this experience all you want over and
I'll
over.
happily flip the book backwards for you. Bad memories. What are those?
To you, the book just shows blank pages.
Fascinating.
So
Don't worry about it, y'all.
So that is where we will leave you tonight. We will be back next week with our adventurers here. And Nestora, they just arrived. They found Farkaya. They're getting their orb analyzed, and
Party tomorrow.
party tomorrow. Oh yeah,
Exaltation of the Fallen.
Yes. So yes, that is where we will leave you. Join us next week when we continue this story. Until then, also join us this Thursday, where Brenna and myself and possibly Jen. No, Jen?
I think so. I should be able to make it.
Jen will join us again for board games, and we'll play.
Machikaro. Sorry, Ryan.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's on my 10 by 10.
Yeah,
Woo!
I'm my quest to finish her quest of her 10 by 10. That includes playing games that I can't stand.
Because he loves me.
That's because I love her.
I should be getting the Lords of Waterdeep expansion tomorrow because I never ordered it because I didn't like it, but I have to give it another chance, so I'm ordering it.
But you don't have to, because I have it.
Well, maybe I don't always play games with you. Gosh.
Alright.
Maybe that means you should play games with us more often.
Yeah.
That's all that means.
Yes.
So, anyway, that was our stream. We are out of batteries. And until Thursday at 7 o'clock, have a good night, everybody.